Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and tonight we're on the red carpet for the Entertainment Weekly and People Magazine's New York Upfront celebration. We'll be chatting with some of TV's biggest stars, so get ready for a great night behind the velvet rope. You've had such a legendary film career. What is it like to be on television versus doing film?
Right now, it's the way to go, at least for me. They don't make the movies, even when I started out in like the early 80s, mid 80s, they were still making movies that were kind of 70-ish. Now it's a whole different ball game, and you can kind of get that feel, the anti-hero feel, on television.
Talk to me about being able to play a strong female character on television.
You know, I think the thing that I really appreciate more than anything is being able to play a multifaceted female on television. She's strong and she's flawed and she's complicated and makes mistakes and also has real honor and integrity, and I like that she is many things because that's what real people are.
Now it's Upfront season. It's got to be excited to have the show being showcased again.
No, it's great, and with the advent of Justice coming out, it's kind of huge. So another addition to the Chicago family, and yeah, maybe we're taking over.
You're joining the Dick Wolf family. That guy never fails. It's got to be exciting.
I like being with people who win.
Yeah.
You know, he's a winner. You know, no, he has done. You know, he's been so successful at these shows and creating these shows and keeping them on television and keeping audiences satisfied, I guess you could say, because they tune in, right? So to be a part of that is really cool, and also to walk off into a new adventure with a character that I haven't done before.
The Blacklist was so popular, they made a spin-off, and you
Yes.
get to star in it. Congratulations.
Thank you so
What
much.
can people expect with it?
Well, for those who already know the Blacklist, it's going to be a fantastic spin-off. For those who don't know the Blacklist, it'll just be a great new show for them to watch. I'm a very diabolical character, for a change. But I think the great thing about this character I play, Scotty Hargrave, is that even though she's very tough and she's amoral and unethical, she has a soft side.
You say it with enjoyment. I love it.
We are coming down to the last episode this Thursday, so I think it's a huge episode for the fans to tune into. We're gonna find out a few things, and there's a few twists and turns and some more questions, and you know, I think a lot of people are gonna tune in the fall.
How's Red getting along without his main gal on the show?
I don't know.
Were you surprised?
He keeps calling wrestler late at night. You know, we have a few scotches, talk about old times.
So give me a spoiler. Where does Red go from here now that his main gal is off the show?
Well, he's going to do Habitat for Humanity. He's going to start to give back to the community.
He's becoming a philanthropist.
Yeah, he's becoming a philanthropist, exactly.
I love mockumentaries. So what can people expect from Trial and Error?
Well, mockumentary is a good word for it. It covers a murder trial from start to finish over the course of the whole season. So you can't watch it out of order, and you wouldn't want to. But it's a completely hilarious treatment of a murder trial, which sounds like a contradiction, but in our case, it's not.
No, it's a wonderful twist in adding these two genres together, and it's been an incredible amount of fun for us, and we're all on the hook as much as anybody else is. We don't know what John is the only one, along with some of the writers, that knows if he did it or not.
So congratulations, NBC Upfront, for this morning. Blind Spot, this enormous hit. What can everybody expect moving forward?
Well, of course, a lot more action, and then you really, truthfully get to know who Jane is in our finale, which is next week. And it's going to be pretty explosive, pun intended.
Are you going to be bending the boundaries? Are you going to get to really stretch those comedic chops?
I got to, man. I'm doing everything. I like blue humor, so I think, parents are parents, and we always get these homogenized versions of parents, but I'm going to be the parent that I am in real life with my kids. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be physical. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be questionable, but it's going to be hilarious. And that's all I care about is people laugh for 22 minutes every week.
He almost took your job. I know he did. He almost jumped over the rope and grabbed the camera.
Here's the problem with Marlon Wayans. He's too freaking good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
takes control. Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm the host, and then you feel like, you know what, just take my mic. I'm going to go on vacation now.
Yeah.
Is that how he is on set on the show?
Yes.
Did he ever shut it down?
No.
What kind of drugs
He'll
is
give
this
you
guy
like
taking?
really amazing advice and beautiful moments where you're like, Marlon, oh my gosh, and then it's back to Goofy Land, and I love it. It never feels like work, ever.
This show, you know, it's amazing to see from season 1 to now, the popularity that people love these characters. What's it been like for you being on this journey?
It's a journey that's had its up and downs, but for the most part, it's heavily concentrated on self-made individuals that love what they do, that are creating stories, that are leading by example of how much diversity was needed or lacked in our entertainment world. So the world is reacting to it, we're connecting, and that's what, the art is for.
It looks darker this season.
Yeah, like I was saying, one word to describe it could be danger. We're all in danger.
What's it been like for you guys to see, I was talking to Dasha about this, to see what it's done for everybody's career? What's it meant to you?
I mean, honestly, it's given all of us a voice, which is awesome. I feel like our show is really important. It's starting conversations, and I feel like we're like taking over the world in a way.
I feel especially grateful because I think this show, it has a lot of political resonance, and I think it's casting a shadow on our society that is exposing what we really want to be as a society. And I think that Orange is doing a great service in terms of how we see ourselves.
By the way, so much better than you met me on your show than the other way around.
True.
Can you imagine
if
you were pitching for money?
And he declined to. And then he asked you, I'm like, sorry, I declined. Do you want to have dinner?
You want to have dinner instead?
Yeah. By the way, I won't give you any money, but I just thought of that.
No, it worked out really well.
That's when you have to go in for the long play. Like, you know what, I get it. I win then. So guys, talk to me about, with Shark Tank, the incredible success. What do you think it is about that show that has made it such a success?
I think everybody wants to be successful and they want to see how it's really done. And you got 5 very geeky people that, are relatively successful. If we can do it, anybody can.
When you look at the show, so many incredible pitches come across your eyes. Is there one that you look back on and kick yourself that you didn't do?
No, absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. Because, when a shark invests in a product, it's a great product, great time, great entrepreneur, and great shark, and they all have the same vision. There's many things that, as much as I don't want to admit, that if I was part of it, and another part of Shark took it, it became successful, and I wouldn't have made it successful. Like, Lori, I think, has one of the most successful products. It's a little sponge, right? I mean, this thing is crap, right? But she's done $80 million with that crap, so what do I know? So it's really about the perfect shark and the perfect entrepreneur, perfect product.
They're the friends on the show.
I know.
She's just telling me she's dumping ghosts and pretty much starting to date Tommy on the show.
I did not
Is
say
that what's really
But you
happening?
never know what the writers will write.
On the show. Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. It could go anyway. You never know what's going to happen in the show. That's one of the best
I think
parts
ulterior
about it.
motives are being revealed.
Yes.
Season 2, man, what can we all expect? She's telling me where Tasha's going. Where's
Season
Tasha
three.
going?
Season 2.
Season
To
3.
expect that to be
been a long
the
night.
number one
Show on Stars.
That's right. But season 3 is really everybody's on their own kind of island and building up what they would deem their own empires. And we'll see where people come together and where they split and how far these bonds of family can really stretch.
Why do you think Tasha and Tommy are BFFs on the show? What brings them together?
They're real.
We're the same. I mean, we think the same. We want to keep everything the way it's been. We are realists. We are also people who respect the streets. Tommy and Tasha understand that there are rules.
ABC's really let you guys run with this thing. Talk to me about where does Once Upon a Time go from here?
Oh my gosh, only the writers know that, but
you're not sneaking into the room and stealing scripts? I would.
If I really had magic, I would turn myself into a fly and be in that room, but I don't know. I really don't know. I do know that my character has split herself and separated herself from the darkness by using this potion, kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. and there are these two parts of her. So now they've split. So now we have Hero Regina, who stands alone, and Evil Queen Regina, who's probably up to no good as usual.
The show, how does it maintain its popularity?
I think a number of things. It has a really big international audience, and it's not one of these shows where there's like a lot lost in translation. Everybody's familiar with the format of a fairy tale. Everybody's read the Grimm fairy tales. So it's fun to kind of be like, oh, that's Little Red Riding Hood, or that's Cinderella, and figure out how it's being retold in a modern format. So I think that's one of the reasons the show's been so successful, and it's scary, you know? It keeps you on your toes.
You're going to be doing Taken. How cool is that?
It's amazing. I mean, it's really nice to be able to talk about it finally, because we were 10 straight to season, and we've had to kind of keep it under wraps, and now at the Upfronts we can let the cat out of the bag and really show everyone what we've been working on. But it seems to be, I'm from England, it seems to be a very American thing to get all excited about, hey, congratulations, we've been picked up for Taken's going to be on the air on NBC. It's all fantastic, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But what I didn't realize when I got the job is that every day I was going to get my ass kicked, and it's going through the ringer.
Did you not
even
watch
more
the
so than
movies? Liam
Vikings.
Neeson was
I
rolling
know.
every single
So I know that I got 9 more episodes to go back to Toronto and film, and I just want to deliver. I want to make this show the kick-ass season that the audience that are already behind the Taken franchise, the show they deserve.
What's more physical? Because Vikings, I mean, talk about physical. You guys are kicking each other's asses every single day. What's more physical, Taken or Vikings?
Well, pardon the pun, but it's a different set of skills.
The drug trade's enormous. Obviously, the whole El Chapo thing just happened, and Sean
Yes.
Penn and everything. How much research did you do into that world to really be able to delve into this character?
I did a lot, actually. It's interesting because there's a La Reina del Pacifico that they call. It's the Queen of the Pacific. And I don't know if you watched the Cocaine Cowboys documentary.
She was the best.
She was like
She was a
scary.
boss. Dude, she is a boss. She was like she was Scarface.
Crazy. She was,
They
my
called her, I
character's
think,
not
male-
the, sorry?
I think they called her Female Scarface or something.
Yes,
was her nickname.
I'm not as bad as she was, but it's interesting to do this type of research, and especially nowadays how horribly it is happening in Mexico. But I try also to connect a lot with the script to try to make this girl interesting at the same time with a soul and not becoming only evil, but she's a queen, like a queen pin. So you need to find the balance.
So tell me, what is Timeless about? What can people expect?
Excitement. It's a sci-fi drama about time travel. Crackerjack team goes back in time to steal back the time machine that was stolen from them before humanity is ruined.
Where do we see your characters going from here? Where's their arc?
Billy is trying to find a boyfriend this season, and I am pushing my boyfriend away, as I always do on the show, and taking him for granted completely. We are sort of getting like minor successes along the way, and we're screwing those up as we go. So I get cast in a spin-off of The Affair, and then that gets ruined for various reasons. Billy gets cast on a children's show. We have these little victories, but they're taken away from us, or else we ruin them for ourselves.
What is it about the Goldbergs that people love so much?
I think it's partly the nostalgia and partly, the lump in the throat stuff that we do at the very end. There are no laughs in our third act, ever. It's all about misty memories.
How exciting is it to be back?
I'm so excited. I feel so lucky to be making this insane show.
It is
I was
insane.
reading the Wikipedia and I was like, I can't believe we made this show. I mean, it's like, because it's so interesting because it is based in reality. Like, if you go to Newport, Rhode Island, you hear about these people who are living like rappers, and they were just like, there was no income tax. Carnegie had more money than America. So they were just like they didn't know how to spend their money. They were just trying to invent ways to spend money. So it's fun being able to reenact that.
If you could have one DC person on the show, who would it be?
That's already in the universe?
Yes. Or yeah, someone who's existing. Who would you, if you could have one more crossover, dream crossover, who would it be?
Well, I think that my character, Wynn, needs to meet either Felicity Smoke or Cisco Ramon from the Arrow and Flash. I think that would be pretty comic gold.
Supergirl might get jealous, so Karen might get jealous.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like big characters, listen, I love me some Batman. Any of the Bat characters, I'm all about.
Looking sharp. We're at the Upfront. Tell me all about your show.
It's a take off the old Archie comic books. It's going to be on the CW. It's pretty cut and dry teen drama with some heavy genre elements into film noir, a little grittier take on the Archie universe.
Tell me about your character.
I play a character called Jughead, and he's very much a sardonic, philosophical, really sarcastic kind of guy. He's behind the scenes for a lot of the mysteries that's going on, so he's kind of like a sleuth. Have you seen the movie Brick?
Yes.
He's very much that character that Joseph plays in that.
Don't expect it to be the world of Archie Comics, but it's the characters and their essence placed into a much more darker world.
And you're Veronica.
I'm Veronica.
So tell me, what can we expect from this Veronica?
You can expect her in the pilot to be a good girl. I mean, she's trying to be a good girl.
That means she gets not so good later on.
That means she gets not so good later on, yeah. I mean, she's struggling to be a good girl, but it's not going to be easy for her.
Dude, your show is so great.
Thanks,
and I especially love the bond between you and Paul Giamatti's character, because they're two guys who essentially want to do good.
Yeah.
But yours, I think, wants to do good more than his wants to do good, right?
That's certainly a valid argument, I think. We do have a great time on the show, and I have no idea which way it's going to go at the end here.
He's left with an enticing offer in the season finale.
Yeah. I was just recently in Italy, and I was my first time in Italy, and I was at the Vatican in the chapel, and this guy was like, so you're going to go to Axe Society or what? I'm like, dude, are you serious?
24 is this mega hit. What can everybody expect?
Well, you should expect the same format, but it's 15 years on since that show first aired, so things have changed a lot in the world since then. So I think it's even more frightening to watch now.
That's scary, because it was pretty frightening back then.
I know, it was frightening back then, but now these events are so random in our world, terrorist events, and that's what we're talking about in the show. So I think it's even closer to the bone.
We're here for Angie Tribeca on TBS. Shout out to Steve Carell and Nancy Carell and Rashida Jones. Yes. And so we're excited about our new season, June 6th, as well as my other show, Blackish, which is the season finale is this Wednesday. And I'm excited for both, man. And our special on Comedy Central, June 25th, and yeah, we rolling.
Everything
man.
to plug tonight.
Man, we're rolling, man.
Superstore, it's back. Talk to me all about it.
Disaster, total disaster. Don't watch it. Not funny. I don't know. I thought I'd spice things up on the carpet.
It's got to be exciting though, coming back for season 2.
It's really, really exciting. We're spoiled. It's like the funniest group of people I've ever met. The writers are incredible. It's a dream come true. I'm completely spoiled. I must have done something great in another life.
People love this family, man, and your character. Enormously pioneering breakthrough character. Talk to me about it.
It's a very cool character. I'm like an out gay man in life. I'm playing like an out gay teen, and that's a cool thing. It comes with like a certain level of responsibility. I feel that I have to like uphold and make him as relatable as possible. It's a very cool thing that like young kids who are, so young that they are just now experiencing like network sitcoms for the first time will see our show as like the norm, and that's a really cool thing,
You're causing everybody headaches on the show. Bobby's character, you've got the mafia coming in like crazy. Yeah. It's got to be a fun little mafia triangle you're playing in there.
It's been a great role, and the writing's great, just working with that team, Scorsese and Terrence, it's
Jagger.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you pinch yourself on the set. It's phenomenal.
So tell me all about Notorious.
Notorious is a new ABC drama. It explores the media world and the legal world, and basically how these two worlds can shape the information that we get on a day-to-day basis.
I just got done with the old show, which is The Good Wife. Yep. 7 years on that, and right now I'm doing little bits and parts on Brain Dead.
That looks like it's going to be really cool, by the way.
Well, it's an awful lot of fun to do. I mean, it's a sensational cast, and Robert and Michelle are riding up a storm, and it's the perfect time to do a political thriller, sci-fi thriller. So that's what we're doing.
I love Pablo Escobar. I mean, I don't love what he did, but I love the story of Pablo Escobar.
No,
What's it been like to tell that story?
What's it like to tell that story? It's an honor. It's a challenge. It's a privilege. It's a really deep story. And there's a lot of facets to it. And there's a lot of levels to it. And there's a lot of black and gray. Not black and white, gray, who's good and who's bad. It's fascinating to start to really think about, what that was, what Colombia was like during that time.
This is the side where the magic happens.
This is the side.
This is the side
even though it's behind the velvet rope, we're in front of the velvet rope, and I'm with the magicians, where the magic happens.
Yeah, the magic happens.
just sold the show.
Here's
Watch
our
it.
log line, by the way.
So what can everybody expect with this?
We have no idea.
We have no idea. You know, the first season ended on so many cliffhangers. Every one of our characters' fate is up in the air. So they haven't told us what's happening in the next season. So.